You don't struggle with sleep because you're not tired. You struggle because your brain doesn't feel safe enough to shut down. Every night, your body lies still, but your mind stays alert, watching, scanning, waiting. And the reason isn't random. It's controlled by a powerful system in your brain that decides whether you rest or stay on guard. Most people believe deep sleep happens automatically if they're exhausted enough, but that's not how the brain works. Deep sleep is not triggered by tiredness. It's triggered by safety. Your brain is constantly asking one question: is it safe to turn off? If the answer is no, it keeps you in a half-awake state. You may be physically asleep, but mentally you're still active. That's why you wake up tired even after spending hours in bed. The key player here is cortisol. Most people think of cortisol as just a stress hormone, but it's actually your brain's alertness signal. It controls when you wake up and when you relax. In a healthy rhythm, cortisol rises in the morning to wake you up and gradually declines throughout the day. By night, it should be at its lowest point. That drop is what allows deep sleep to begin. But if cortisol stays high at night, your brain interprets that as a sign that something might be wrong, so it refuses to fully power down. Behind cortisol is a deeper system called the HPA axis, which includes the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal glands. This system is constantly scanning your environment for signs of danger or safety. The moment your brain detects stress, signals are sent through the system and cortisol is released within seconds. The problem is that your brain doesn't clearly distinguish between real physical danger and modern mental stimulation. Late night scrolling, overthinking, emotional stress, or even bright artificial light can all be interpreted as threats. So even when you're physically safe, your brain stays in alert mode. Inside your brain is a tiny structure that acts as your master clock, controlling your sleep and wake cycle. This clock takes its main signal from light. When morning light hits your eyes, it tells your brain to increase cortisol and wake up. But at night, your brain needs consistent signals of darkness to reduce cortisol and prepare for sleep. If those signals are inconsistent, your brain delays the shutdown process and deep sleep becomes harder to reach. Deep sleep is the stage where your body truly repairs itself. Your brain slows down, clears waste, strengthens memory, and releases important hormones. But for this to happen, your brain must stop scanning for danger. Cortisol directly interferes with this process by keeping your brain slightly alert. So even if you fall asleep, your brain doesn't fully disconnect. You end up with light, fragmented sleep that doesn't restore your energy. Most people unknowingly keep cortisol elevated at night through simple daily habits. Light is one of the biggest triggers. Bright light, especially from screens, tells your brain it's still daytime, which slows down cortisol reduction and delays sleep. Another major trigger is overthinking. When your brain feels like something is unresolved, it keeps running scenarios and trying to find solutions, which creates mental tension and keeps the stress system active. Body temperature also plays a role. Your body needs to cool down before sleep, and if it stays too warm, your brain delays the transition into deep rest. More than anything, your brain needs a sense of safety to let go. Not just physical safety, but emotional calm as well. If your thoughts are racing or your body is tense, your brain stays on guard. But when you slow down, breathe deeply, and engage in calming activities, your nervous system begins to relax. Your heart rate drops, cortisol decreases, and your brain finally receives the message that it's safe to rest. Deep sleep doesn't come from one single habit. It comes from consistent patterns. Your brain learns through repetition. When you send the same signals every night, like darkness, calmness, and stillness, your system begins to trust the routine. Over time, cortisol starts dropping earlier and your body naturally prepares for sleep before you even get into bed. Deep sleep is not something you can force. It's something your brain allows. When stress signals are reduced and safety signals increase, your brain does what it was designed to do. It lets go, shuts down vigilance, and enters its deepest state of repair. The real solution is simple. Reduce the signals of threats and increase the signals of safety. When your brain truly believes the night is safe, deep sleep becomes effortless.